Hi, Unines. This is your final video. It'll be a really short one. This is about your conclusion. And the conclusion is so easy. A conclusion is like a mirror to your introduction. So in your introduction, your purpose is you're telling the reader what you're about to tell them in your essay. So I see it as this: introduction, tell them what you're going to tell them. And in your conclusion, it is basically you are telling your reader what you've just told them. Basically, you need to have your contention and three main points again. Now, the only other thing is that it's good to acknowledge the views and values of the text. That's the big picture. What is this text trying to do? What view is it trying to show? How is it trying to position readers to see the world, think of the world, understand the world? Because novels are not just made to entertain. There's always some form of views and values that the author has that they are presenting in the text. So I wrote this sample one for this topic. It was the second topic. Orwell uses the novella Animal Farm to express his view that people's ignorance can contribute to political and social oppression. Discuss. And the idea is that from my conclusion, I should be able to backform or work out what the contention and three main points are. I might also be able to work out what the views and values of the author are. So let's read it together. Ultimately, which is a very nice conclusion word. Markers tend to prefer if you don't say in conclusion, but a word, linking word like ultimately or even overall might be okay, but in conclusion is a little cliche. It's a little overused. So try ultimately. Orwell uses the novella to warn readers about the dangers of remaining ignorant against the motivations and decisions of totalitarian governments. I'm wondering if instead of against, ignorant of might be a better word, but anyway, you're basically remaining ignorant of the motivations and decisions of the governments. So that's like a big picture, almost like a contention statement. So open with that contention. Then we should be saying our three main points. So Orwell, he highlights the oppression and mistreatment of corrupt rulers. All right, corruption and mistreatment. And exposes the dangers of allowing corrupt rulers to control the lives of citizens through fear and intimidation. So it looks like that sentence there has two ideas. So that might be body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. That's what I would guess. The novella also reveals the importance of questioning information provided by those in power and standing up against injustice. That looks like main idea 3, or it could be 3 and 4 if this student has written 4 body paragraphs. But they're what I can see as the main concepts or ideas that are in the conclusion here. And then there should be a final sentence, which is some form of contention, restatement, but also connecting to these views and values of the text. So if it's done well, that's what the final sentence should have. And here it says, through the events and the characters of the novella, Orwell invites the audience to share his concern. Okay, concern is a views and values word. His concern for society, not only about how leaders can abuse their power, but also how the ignorance of everyday citizens contribute to tyranny and oppression. Okay? So we might also, instead, if we wanted to make this even more obviously views and values sentence, we could talk about his concern for society, not only, whoa, what happened there? Okay, come back. Okay. So his concern for society and he condemns how leaders abuse their power. So we might even, instead of that, he condemns how leaders can abuse their power and criticizes the ignorance of everyday citizens. Then it's really like, if we are using words like condemn, criticize, okay, or on the positive side, we might use advocate or show support. Right, so it might be positive views and values or negative views and values, either one, or that sort of statement to finish off and have a nice kind of feeling in the end of your essay. There's a sense of completion when you write the contention statement, but you also link to that views and values. Plus, it is addressing your assessment criteria, which shows that you have to have knowledge of the world outside the text and what is going on. So hopefully that helps you with a short video on how to write your conclusion. Okay, make sure if you are watching this, because I've noticed that I have some followers from other places, not just my school, which is a bit exciting for me. Not that I'm trying to make these videos for that purpose, but if you are writing and you're outside of the Australian school system, or you've got a different teacher, they may prefer you to write in a different way. So while these are some good general ideas and concepts, don't take them as gospel. There's a whole lot of different ways of writing essays, and these are just some formulas that you can use. I hope it helps you, and all the best in your exam sack next week. Bye, guys.